Welcome to Trenton Today on WBCB. Great to be with you here from Trenton Central High School in the Digital Audio Lab, joined by some of the students from Trenton Central High and from the Mayor's Office. We have the Director of Community Affairs and Citizen Concerns, Mr. Andrew Bobbitt, with us.
Thank you.
Typically, we're joined by Mayor Gusiora, and we find out what's going on in the city of Trenton, but he is busy today and has sent over a terrific representative. Thanks for being with us today, Mr. Bobbitt. Your roots go deep here at Trenton Central.
Oh, most definitely, yes. I'm a graduate of the class of 1983. We also, during that time period, started an organization called Freeze, that we did community service, not just for the students and teachers here, but outside the city.
Oh, we got to go to our next class. we get the bell chiming sometimes. Every once in a while, we'll pick up some announcements that we hear. Again, we're right here in the midst of Trenton Central High School, and always great to be here with the students. Dante is going to join us. We'll hear from Montanel. Ruth will chime in a little bit later on in the show. She's going to talk about the women's event that's coming here to Trenton Central, I think, tomorrow. Okay. And Dante is here going to talk about the play that they're doing. Shrek is going to be on the stage at Trenton Central tomorrow and Saturday, right? Yeah.
Yes.
I'm losing track of my days. It's also baseball opening day.
Yes.
And on WBCB, we're going to be back on campus later this afternoon as Trenton Central will host Ewing for some high school baseball on BCB. And you were at one time on the mound for the Tornadoes.
Yes. I was
going back a few years.
Yeah, I was a 3-year All Mercer County player for baseball, football, and track. Yeah, 3 sports.
Hey, Dante, tell us a little bit about Shrek and specifically about your involvement. You were telling me that you're putting together all of the sound, all of the audio. Seems like that's kind of ties into what goes on here at the Digital Audio Lab and in the communications department.
Yeah, well, because about Shrek, this is my second time doing something involving sound. Last year when we did Aladdin, I was shadowing the person who was here before, Johnny Edwards. He was doing it. Now he's graduated. He's a writer now. So I'm doing it.
It must be a pretty big undertaking.
It is. It really is, because they started rehearsals late last year, and they've been doing it for a while now. And I just jumped in like a month or two ago. And it's a lot, like you gotta, because there's a lot of mic switching. A lot of people gotta take a mic so they can be heard, controlling the sound in the house, what they call it, like where the audience is. Right. But it's really, I've seen the rehearsal a couple of times. I know how I know how it's gonna go. I hope it was really enjoyable yesterday because we actually had an audience yesterday. So I hope it's gonna be a really great show because I think it's a really great show. It's really catchy songs. And it's a lot of what I do in communication. Speaking of that, being in this room last week, I did a interview. We haven't put it out yet, but I did an interview with Howard students when they were here. It was like an hour long, which I'm trying to cut it down now, but it was a really great conversation with them, and it's just like I like doing things that's part of this community. I just find it really fun.
Man, it sounds like a great experience. And then with all the work that the people on stage put into the production,
yes,
it kind of puts the pressure on you to make sure that everybody sounds good and there's no slip-ups on that technical side.
The thing is, it's a high school play, so it's always going to be messed up. It's never going to be perfect. I think the best thing is that they keep going even when there's afraid maybe an issue or a problem. They keep pushing through because. Like something that the director, Miss Brown, said, she was like, the audience won't know there's a problem unless you make it seem like there's a problem. So as long as you keep going with your performance and you just keep whatever you need to do to keep it going, then that's the best thing you could do.
That's what we're trying to do here on Trenton Today. Just keep pushing forward.
Yeah.
Hey, what were some of the takeaways from that? Hopefully people will get an opportunity to see the interview that you did with the Howard students that were here. What were some of
I think one person came from California, I think it was Stockton, California, I think she said, and they also talked about how much they love the alumni, because the alumni loves the campus, and the students. They talked about the amazing opportunities there, why people should apply to HBCU. I remember I wanted to ask them some like fun questions because you got the fun questions in the interview and stuff.
Sure.
So I asked them about
going.
what they want on their Thanksgiving plate. Like the best things they want on their Thanksgiving plate. I think it was all unanimous. You know, like baked mac and cheese, collard greens. You know what I'm saying? Like some type of chicken or turkey like that. I was asking what their favorite movie was, and then the one that she was sitting right here, she wanted to be an animator. And I was like, she made her own animation company, like with her friends. So I thought that was like really amazing.
It's awesome.
Great.
Well, again, we're talking with the students here at Trenton Central and with from the mayor's office, Mr. Andrew Bobbitt. Tell us about how you got into politics, or like how this whole thing got started with you. It seems like it's partially your roots here in Trenton, and you're just wanting to improve things in the city.
Yeah. Well, it started back in 1989. With my popularity of playing sports, a lot of people knew me and the things I was doing in the community. So I just happened to say it was time, and it was time for a change when we lost our former mayor back in the 80s. So I went and volunteered for 8 months. And what caught Mayor Palmer's eye, they asked me to put him on a radio station. He wasn't on WDS radio station because I was working in me.
Right.
So they gave him it was a $30,000 contract, and they did it for free. So next thing you know, me and him hooked up. He wanted to know how he got on there, and then we became the best of friends. So just working in politics, really a lot of people run for office, but it's a community thing. You got to know your community. You got to know what the people want. And what I have a problem with politicians and anybody that gives an urban city money, they say this is what they want instead of asking what they need. And I always had a problem with that. So I always try to find out in the community, what do you need in your community? Because all communities are different. When I came up, it was a Polish community. It was Italians. When I was going to school here, we were not allowed to go past Hamilton Avenue. And I lived right down the street here I lived right down the street on East State. But you could not walk past Hamilton Avenue and go nowhere past St. Francis Hospital. So it was real racial during that time period. And then when I started playing sports with being in the politics, the reason I was able to go in Chambersburg, because I was the only black player to allow to come and play baseball in Chambersburg. I was the only black pitcher. I got called racial names. I had white German shepherds after me. It was a lot of crazy stuff. So with that popularity, I got into politics, and next thing you know, Doug Palmer will tell you they former mayor, the first black mayor. Trenton would tell you if it wasn't for me and the people I had with me, he would have never won this election. Because this was the largest voting area with a section to Chambersburg.
Man, that's some crazy stuff talking about the neighborhoods and all of that. But how sports can sometimes break down those barriers. And again, we got some Trenton baseball later on today, but it seems like because of your connection to the sports world, right? You were able to kind of connect with people all across the city, even if they were from different neighborhoods, different areas.
Yes, and it was crazy when the first year I played out there, I was getting called the N-word and all of that. But when they start coming to see me play, I think the next year they was like, "Hey, Andy, can't wait to see you pitch." So it changed the character of them, the character of me. Just letting them know we are the same. We just got different color skin.
So community affairs and citizen concerns.
Yes.
What are some other things that you have done I imagine you've done a little of this, a little of that, but what you do now seems like it spans parts of, streets and sanitation and all of those things.
We had weed and seed program. I was the first supervisor. That was federal money. There's only 4 cities in the United States had that program. Chicago, Philadelphia, some part of New York, Kansas City, and Trenton was one of the other pilot cities. So weed and seed was about taking the drug dealers and the criminals off the street and planting seeds for the next generation. And the great thing about it, we had programs called Take It to the Street. A lot of these programs I was making up because we had the money and then made it for the city. Then we had the fishing derby, which is still running today. And what I did was go get donations, and then the city had no choice but to put it in the budget. So Weed & Seed was a foundation for a lot of recreation in the city.
Yeah, the fishing derby this year is coming up on June 6th.
Yeah.
Are you ever do any fishing, Dante?
No.
It's been a while for me. Like, there's a certain, I don't know, I feel bad for the poor fish when I bring that fish in and stuff. I'm usually like a catch and release guy.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a neat opportunity for you can compete, right? Like,
Yes.
if you catch a big fish, you win some.
Yeah, we win a trophy for everything. And then when we first started, the donations came from Bordentown fishing places, and they donated all the fishing rods, but the city had no money to do it, so that's how I got it started. And then after that, we had over 300 kids to show up. So Mayor Palmer said, okay, we're gonna find some money for it. So we looking, right now it's been going on 20-something years.
Wow.
The fishing derby.
Wow.
Yeah. And the same time period, in the pond over in Calvert Park, Stacy Park, every year before we fish, we bring the kids up. So the state brings in the fish and dump them right in there. So they see all of it.
Stock it up.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I don't know, you remember, one year we had an alligator.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how, I closed it down for months until we caught the alligator. Somebody took a small alligator, put it in the pond, and it grew. Yeah. So that was like a whole month until we caught it.
So, I mean, it must be just like kind of stuff outside the box, random things where citizens have concerns.
Yes.
They get in touch with you.
Yes.
What's that process like? I mean, I think a lot of people know you already, so
Yes.
maybe know how to get in touch with
Yes.
you. But anybody who's with us today for Trenton today who might have an issue that they want to bring up, how would they get in touch and raise that concern?
I will get calls in the middle of the night, people doing this. We're talking about neighbors not doing their trash, streets are not fixed. So usually I tell people to give me a call. But if they see me out, I could be in church, I could be anywhere, and they're gonna talk to you. So you got to be nice to everyone. So I would take that information. But if anybody trying to get in touch with it, it's the Mayor's Office, Citizen Concern and Community Engagement. That phone number is 609-989-3809. Or you can email me at Bobbitt, BOBBITT, at TrentonNJ.org.
In the past on Trenton Today, we've talked about how with different departments, if people see like a pothole, they can alert that department to the pothole. So there's also other ways that they can make an issue known and get something resolved. I think there's like online stuff through the website.
Yeah. But see, the problem is a lot of people don't supposed to call me first. You're supposed to call the department you're looking.
Right, yeah.
So what happens, if that department don't do their job, the worst thing they can end up doing is calling me. I have access to every director, every department from police, fire, public works. So when I send that email out, it's going to be addressed with my name on it and the concerns. And then they have maybe, I give them 2 to 3 days to respond to me. If they don't respond, that means the mayor's directors, then I got an issue why you didn't respond to take care of it. So then that'll be addressed to the business administrator and the chief of staff. And I don't think no director want that to go there.
So you get right to
I don't play. I like to
reaching out, making sure they reach out to you.
And I always tell younger people.
Communication.
Yeah, I always tell younger people, when you get a desk full of information, don't let it sit there. As soon as you can knock it out, because the next one's going to roll in, don't wait and say, I'll do it tomorrow, because now you're going to be backed up. So my secretary know I don't play that. I want to take care of the citizens. Our citizens of the city of Trenton are our taxpayers. Them are the ones that we work for. I tell people all the time, we don't work for the mayor, he just signed a check. We work for the citizens of Trenton.
Well, an issue sometimes. How do you deal with stuff like that, Dante? When you got projects, you have do you have a clean desk or do you have a cluttered desk typically? Because I would say I typically have a cluttered desk.
That means you're working. Everybody got a clutter.
Well, it sounds like you got an organized desk at least, even if there's a lot on there.
Yes.
Mine is a little messy desk, honestly. It depends on what I'm supposed to be doing. Use typically assignments tend to knock them out. I give them a little bit of time. I don't really wait to the last minute off all the time, but I feel like there's sometimes you do wait to the last minute. Maybe you just don't want to do it at that point. But like I agree, like you can't let things sit, because you let them sit, then it's like you have a whole lot. It's gonna stress you out a lot more. So like for me, I just I do them when I can if I have the time to do them. If I don't, I don't. I'll just say that to whoever I need to send it. Let's say if it's a teacher, I'll say I didn't have time for this, kind of get an extension. But usually I tend to do it in time.
But you know, I like what Dante said, but I'm going to tell you what happens when you're in the real world. It's not going to come back on the worker that you have under you. When people complain and get mad, it's going to be Dante. No matter what your workers do, you are responsible.
Right.
So don't let people sit back and take their time, because it's going to hit Dante.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we are talking about Trenton today with Andrew Bobbitt, Community Affairs, Citizen Concerns from the Mayor's Office. And we'll kind of get Montanell in here, I think. Dante, thank you. Good luck with the show.
Thank you.
Hopefully everything works out great. Shrek on stage here at Trenton Central High School on Friday and Saturday. We're going to find out a little bit more about that, find out about the senior centers that are reopening in the city of Trenton, including the Reading Senior Center, when we return here to Trenton Central High School. Today's show made possible by Haldeman Ford and Capital Health, and we'll be back. Trenton Today here on WBCB.
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org. Your vehicle is in good hands at Haldeman Collision, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They do it all at Haldeman Collision. Minor dents and dings, bumpers, windshields, major body, and frame damage. Free estimates, 24-hour towing, most insurance accepted, and loaners available. Haldeman Collision works with all makes and models. They'll go out of their way to getting your car back in brand new condition. Haldeman Collision, conveniently located 20 minutes from Langhorne, Princeton, Ewing on Route 33 in Hamilton Township.
Are you a parrot head?
Wasted away again in Margarita.
Not that kind.
Oi dana, mother to papuga.
That's more like it. If you're this kind of parrot head, don't forget to check out the Denny O Polka Show every Saturday from 9 a.m. to noon right here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org.
All right, back here at Trenton Central High School, Trenton Today on WBCB, and WBCB has undergone some changes, but always great to be here at Trenton Central High School, to be welcomed by Mr. Caniglio, Mr. Francis from the Communications Department, and always enjoy the interaction we get to have, the access we get from the Mayor's Office. Today, in for Mayor Gussiora is Andrew Bobbitt from Community Affairs, Citizen Concerns. Montanell now joining us. All right, so what is the big news? Everybody's wondering about Mayor Gussiora and whether or not he is going to run again for mayor. He's about to make an announcement. Can you give us a little breaking news, maybe?
That's what you want, breaking news. Only thing I could tell you is Mayor Gussiora will be running again.
Okay.
Have we picked the date? Not yet. I've been hearing rumors. People are just making up rumors right now. But in the next week, we will be making an announcement when he will be running.
All right, so Mayor Gus Ura again running for mayor here in the city
In the
of
great
Trenton.
city of Trenton. I believe in him. I trust in him. Of the things that he has tried to accomplish. But when people think you're running for mayor, you can't do it by yourself. You have to have a good council, and also with the state that we are under DCA, they are the ones that really tell us how much money we can spend and how much money we can get. A lot of people in the city and the community doesn't know that. Mayor Reed can't spend the money that he wants to. There's a lot of things he want to do, but we are under DCA like several states, cities across the state of New Jersey. Mostly is all the urban cities. We're looking at Atlantic City, Camden, Patterson, Trenton, East Orange. All of them are under the state. And Newark just got off with Mayor Ross Barack on his third term, and they took him off. But usually you got to have, we never had a consistent mayor. When Mayor Matt came in after Mayor Palmer left, he didn't do what he's supposed to do. Then you had Mayor Jackson, and then he left. You got to at least be here at least 2 to 3 terms for the state to believe in you. So will it get worse if the Mayor Reed? It might get worse in this city if we don't keep this man so the state can give us money. Consistency is what we need.
Get that from term to term. That
ain't gonna work.
Get the same kind of energy in there.
Yes.
Yeah. So again, talking about Trenton today, and I don't know kind of what the mayor might be thinking about this upcoming new term that he embarks into. Any initiatives that he is. Officially announces, and a little more meat on the bone there about what he may be talking with voters about.
Yes.
The accomplishments that he's going to be lifting up.
Yes, we have been listening to the people in the city. Right now, we have so many people running a lot of information as his field coordinator and part-time campaign manager. I don't want to give out a lot of information on what we're going to do. As you know, if you give out too much information, your opponent will be trying to use the same thing before you do. So believe me, we have listened to the citizens of Trenton. I get more calls to understand what they're thinking about. And like I said before, it's not about the politician. We have a lot of politicians that are about themselves, and they want to do things their way. You have to listen to the people. You have to listen to the younger generation. One thing that I learned in the younger generation as I was growing up working in recreation, the state and the county or the city, they would give us money and say, this is what the kids need. But guess what? They haven't talked to nobody. They haven't talked to the citizens. What they would do is say, here, that's what they need to do. I think some of these young people don't understand what I'm saying, is even your educational piece in your school system. But this is what they need. And I know it's students here that say, well, I want to learn about this. One thing that we end up taking out, we had Black history. We had 2 Black history teachers that taught us our history. And as the years went by, I think in the late 90s all the way to now, I don't know if they even have a Black history teacher here. And then you also, with the migration of my Latino sisters and brothers that are here, everything has changed. Now you got to teach both. And one thing Trenton don't understand, and I'll be trying to tell a lot of our older Black people have left Trenton and went back. We had a migration of all Blacks moving up here. Now they're moving back down south. And like the older you get, you retire, they are leaving. And here goes something a lot of people don't know either. The city of Trenton, our Black community is the minority now. They're only 40%, 47%. The next is 51% are Latino community and Asian. So a lot of people on that. We are the minority system, brothers.
Under that DCA paradigm,
Yes.
are you guys beholden to the New Jersey state budget then? And what are some of the things you're lobbying for? What are some things you're hoping are going to be in that budget that you see in some additional monies, or maybe there's going to be cuts in the budget that you guys are concerned about,
Very
that
much, yes.
you're trying to get people to sound the alarm on.
Well, the alarm has already been sounded. If you look at, I've been here since 1990. I have put every mayor in office. Some was good, some was bad. Ever since 1990. The thing that we haven't done since 2010, after Mayor Palmer left, no money was invested into the water department to be fixed. Mayor Reed is the first mayor after the last, was that 12 years, has started putting money into that.
Right.
We also have to address, a lot of people don't know right now, when we try to get the roads paved, it's not that we could do it on our own. That has to come from the state.
Right.
That comes from DOT. That's another part. They have to give us millions of dollars to get the roads paved. And that's mostly what people complain about, potholes and things like that. So if we don't get that money, and it looked like the mayor's not trying to fix the streets, but a lot of people are not concerned and understand that.
They don't see the layers.
Yeah. And then this the other layer. Federal government gives every state in the United States 2-day governor money. Now, guess what? We have this guy in office now as president. How y'all think he feel about New Jersey? Oh, they don't get along. So how much money you think that federal money we need for New Jersey, that the governor got to spread out to each municipality, then that goes to each county, then the county takes it and give it to each part of their city.
I mean, that whole point
It's
goes back to what politicians serving themselves or serving
Exactly.
people and the states or the
Yeah.
constituencies
Yeah.
that they're representing.
Yeah, so that's going to be a problem. And then when people say, oh, the taxes in Trenton too high, listen, ladies and gentlemen and everyone, it starts at the state. If the federal don't give us the money to lower taxes, she can't lower taxes. So then she's going to raise taxes in New Jersey. So it trickles down to Mercer County. And then guess what? The suburbs or wherever, Trenton, they're going to have a budget. Matter of fact, County Executive Dan Benson got a budget meeting tonight at 6 o'clock, at 5:30 over at the county at 640 South Broad Street. That's going to dictate how much our tax is going to be. And so when that hit us, it's not the mayor going to say we have to higher taxes. It's going to be what the state and the county say.
Well, here today with Andrew Bobbitt. Appreciate your time and
Appreciate it.
the insights that we're sharing. What a beautiful day we have today for opening day and for some Trenton Central baseball later on WBCB. Montanel, what was this winter like for you? This was an unusual winter with some intense weather systems that moved in and dropped like a foot of snow and then another foot of snow. So, I mean, I would imagine that it was, I don't know, a notable winter in a lot of ways, a little different.
I hated it. I really did. Okay, it's not like because I'm not used to it. I've been here in Trenton for 9 years now, but because I was born in a country that is always hot, we never had that kind of weather unless it rains. So it's like it gets cold really here and I'm not used to it, and I have to like cover myself a lot, and it gets real warm when you cover yourself a lot, and the minute you step outside and you're like, oh, it's hot, you take it off, but it's actually cold. And then when we randomly started getting snow, I hated that because I love the fact that we had no school, but at the same time it's like more school days are adding to like other stuff, and it's
You gotta
like,
make
oh
up
my
for
god,
it.
I'm not gonna get out early. I want to get out, and then it's like, oh my god, I don't even know what to do no more. And then sometimes, because me, my aunt, and my uncle were very lazy, so the one time snow fell, none of us got up to even clean the car, and we had a 2-hour delay. And by the time I was about to head to school, this is when we started to clean, and I got here late.
Yeah, that stuff was
because
difficult
nobody
to
wanted
clear.
to do it. I will not lie, even our neighbors didn't want to do it. Everybody was like, so it was like, why is it snowing now when it could have been snowing like the past other ones? And then it's like, oh my god, I do not want to be here no more. I want to go back.
You've
because
been in
I'm just
Trenton
really
for
hot.
9 years. I mean, I think this winter was the biggest snow, the
Yeah.
most weather in like a decade plus. So you got the worst of it this
Yeah.
year.
I wanted to go back home. I miss the hotness.
What was that like for the city? What were some things where you look back on this winter where you say, "Oh, we did a good job here," and there were some challenges that we didn't recognize and we could do better?
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, I haven't seen a snowstorm like this since 1996. If anybody can remember
Oh, man.
that one. And
That was like 3 foot or something. That was
4 feet. I mean, talking about up here, and I'm 6'4". But our challenge is the people was coming out. We put announcements, we sent out emails, we did robocalls, we sent out everything to tell people do not come out. The day it was really snowing, we got people, we had the trucks going down on Chestnut, Greenwood. People are out getting stuck. So then that stops us from doing what we have to do.
right.
Another problem that we had was individuals trying to dig their way out of the snowstorm, and they were throwing everything back in the street. So now, one neighbor, like she said, she probably was asleep and everything. They done threw the snow up. Now when we come back, somebody done threw it back in the street.
Yeah.
You wake up and think we never showed up. So that was another issue. And I always say we have to work together when you have a crisis like this.
I'm guessing your phone must have been ringing off the hook for the different concerns
Well, the thing about it, I had one person in the office, we had to work, and I was out in the street. So I was driving around the city making sure that certain places that the trucks would be. So while they around here, they already have a schedule where they need to go. But I would ride on the side streets. The side streets, that's where people were stuck at a lot.
Right, right. Well, it was an intense winter, and all of that also comes with a price tag too, clearing a city like Trenton and stuff. So great to have Andrew Bobbitt with us here talking about Trenton today on WBCB. We're going to step aside again. Montanel, stay with us for a little bit because you are going to be on stage in the Shrek production.
Yeah.
All right, so we want to talk with you about that. Also, we talked about the Reading Senior Center being reopened in Trenton, so we'll circle back to that on WBCB.
Your vehicle is in good hands at Haldeman Collision, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They do it all at Haldeman Collision. Minor dents and dings, bumpers, windshields, major body, and frame damage. Free estimates, 24-hour towing, most insurance accepted, and loaners available. Haldeman Collision works with all makes and models. They'll go out of their way to getting your car back in brand new condition. Haldeman Collision, conveniently located 20 minutes from Langhorne, Princeton, Ewing on Route 33 in Hamilton Township.
Are you a parrot head?
Wasted away again in Margarita.
Not that kind.
Oi dana, mother to papuga.
That's more like it. If you're this kind of parrot head, don't forget to check out the Denny-O Polka Show every Saturday from 9 a.m. to noon right here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org. Your vehicle is in good hands at Haldeman Collision, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They do it all at Haldeman Collision. Minor dents and dings, bumpers, windshields, major body, and frame damage. Free estimates, 24-hour towing, most insurance accepted, and loaners available. Haldeman Collision works with all makes and models. They'll go out of their way to getting your car back in brand new condition. Haldeman Collision, conveniently located 20 minutes from Langhorne, Princeton, Ewing on Route 33 in Hamilton Township.
Are you a parrot head?
Wasted away again in Margarita.
Not that kind.
Oi dana, mother to papuga.
That's more like it. If you're this kind of parrot head, don't forget to check out the Denny O Polka Show every Saturday from 9 a.m. to noon right here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
Hey, welcome back to Trenton Today. We're at Trenton Central High School with the Tornadoes. Montanel joining us, talking about the Shrek production coming up this weekend. And we've got Andrew Bobbitt from the Mayor's Office, the Community Affairs Citizens Concerns Director. And the Reading Senior Center is going to be reopened. And you were telling me that there were a few other senior centers that are going to be reopened, revitalized. Seems like you guys got some money and cooperation between Trenton and Mercer County.
Yes, and the thing about it is most of the money that we have, they finally released. I'm sorry. They finally released it. It was from the COVID.
See how your phone's ringing off the hook.
And somebody must have heard it. So the COVID money, the Reading Center was a popular center. It's next to the Willow Street at North 25 Senior Building. And that was one of the first jobs I got before I got in recreation as a security guard over there. And that's where all the seniors was at. And then, as usual, nobody put no money into it. And then it started going down. Air conditioning, the heat wasn't working. So finally, Mayor Reed was able to do the one on South Broad Street and then also the Reading Center. And these seniors, they love that place. They have so much activity going on. So he was able to get some of the money to revitalize it. Some of these buildings, people don't understand, cost $500,000 to almost $1 million to rehab. So it takes the time, and then you got to get the okay from the state. The county has to help us in the city.
So with that said, was there some disappointment that the Roebling building couldn't be salvaged? Or I know right now demolition is going on. Hopefully that's going to make room for new development, new concepts and ideas. But that Roebling building was a part of Trenton's history. I know Mayor Gus Ura has said before, it had good bones, good structure to it. But also, reports were out that it was... to revitalize that, to rehab that, that's going to be like crazy money to do that.
$10 million.
Wow.
To rehab it.
Right.
At the same time period, it could have got done years ago, back in, I think, 2015. We had a developer to come in for 400 jobs to rehab it, and we had a council that just didn't want to work with nobody. And what happened, they waited for almost a year, and it was a company that made chips. We had a beautiful design. That whole area was going to be great. And council would not mess with them, and they got frustrated and they left. Guess what? 1 week later, guess who took the company? Hamilton Township. So they over in Hamilton Township. Now the company is up. So that was over 400 jobs, which would have been for the younger generation that could have been working over there, putting chips in computers.
Yeah, we talked about the clear desk and the cluttered desk.
Yeah.
You feel like Mayor Gus Ura kind of has that same mindset that when there are situations that need to be addressed, I mean, it sounds like, there were buildings that weren't being financed, that programs that weren't being funded, and were slowly devolving.
Yeah.
And now you say, look, we need to get to that stuff. We can't just let that sit. And sounds like he's taking on some things that were, being ignored, neglected.
And you're talking about being ignored since 2010. It's 26, almost 16 years later.
Yeah.
And then if you look at it, when you don't have a cooperation council to work with you, the council we got now is working with them to get things passed. Everybody in politics don't know this, except president. I don't even like naming his name. You can't get nothing passed unless the Senate and the Congress say, okay. Mayor Reed can't be like that president and do it illegally. They would crucify him here. So if the state don't give you the money and everyone else don't okay it, he just can't go do anything. But He is a history buff, and he likes to rehab a lot of older buildings. These are things people don't know about him, and he studies that. One thing people don't know, he's a lawyer. When he was in New Jersey Assemblyman for 22 years, and a lot of and things that people knew about him when he became mayor was this: he the one that wrote the law for people to smoke weed right now. So he the one that put it in law, and Governor Christie signed it before he came to Mayor Trenton. So that was his law that was put in place for the state.
We talk about all these layers and all this cooperation that's needed. You know, one of my favorite sports figures, Bernie Parent, would join us on WBCB, and he would always say, "It's all about the team. You must have a team." And the same thing, like when you're getting together. I'm gonna make a little segue here back to Shrek, because in order to put on a production like this, you guys really do need quite a bit of teamwork. What's the vibe like with the cast, and how's everybody feeling for these performances on Friday and Saturday, which are going to be happening at Trenton Central High School as they do Shrek the musical?
Actually, at first we were very nervous because we didn't think we were ready in our own way. Like half of the cast didn't think we were ready. We would text in a group chat and it would be like so filled. We're like, oh my God, we're not ready. Until like yesterday when we did a show for middle schoolers, and then they really liked it. And we're like, okay, it wasn't that bad actually, so we're fine. And then after, we just ended up singing musicals. But as we work in team, it's like if we skip something, we'll tell each other, like, if you skip this line, nobody will get like enough time to get ready before like that scene. So whenever before we go on stage, we remind that person like, do not skip certain lines, because you know people have to quickly get changed, and then it's like the minute you skip a line, they have to quickly do it fast and whatever. And so we always remind them, do not skip a line, so that everybody can actually get more time, so that we can finally get ready, because some of us is doing costume change and we have to do that quick, and mic change like Dante said. So it's really hard for us because it's dark backstage, as it is well known in every theater.
Everybody run into each other.
And you're running into each other. So it's always like you have to have your flashlight, and it's like looking at the floor, trying to make sure you don't step on anything or hit the set. And then it's like, whatever you're dressing up backstage, and it's like, somebody shine me, I can't see, I found something, I lost something. And it's like, oh my God. And it's like, everything's all over the place. And then that's when you're like, oh my God, I feel like I'm gonna forget something before I even get on stage. And that's what keeps on happening to us. We keep on forgetting something before we get on stage. So what we did is like hand people our stuff, and then by the time we get off stage to quickly get changed, they stood there and then shine us so that we can quickly get ready, and then we quickly just like get ready and whatever, and we just
So you do all these rehearsals and you don't realize that like, oh, everyone's going to be in the dark, and all these situations are going to be that, you know. It sounds like so much fun though to perform for the middle schoolers. It's going to be great on Friday and Saturday when you perform for friends and family, classmates, but those middle schoolers, right? Like there's something about that energy and I don't know, being a mentor, you know, setting an example for younger students.
At first, I thought they were gonna be judgy.
No,
They won't know
It's
that.
probably because I got like much older, and I'm like, oh my God, younger generation is gonna be very judgy. So at first, I really thought they would be really judgy. I was scared because I'm like, oh my God, what if they're gonna say
be
something
the toughest
like,
critics.
Yeah.
Nah.
I will not lie, but the younger generation, they are brutal. So it's like, oh my God, because I thought my generation was brutal. And so you let them, and it's like the minute they say something, they can call you whatever. The minute they see you, and it's like, oh my God, I'm so scared. What are they gonna say about me? And it's like, but it was actually fun. They were having fun, and some of them were like asking questions, and they really liked Donkey, probably because of Donkey's energy. We gave her sugar for that. Shrek is really good, and so is Fiona. And it's like a lot of teamwork, and it's a lot of dancing and making sure everything is good. But being scared of middle school is the worst.
Well, I hope you guys get like a packed house and
Hopefully.
great energy, and
Because I know my mom would not be able to come, so I told her I would just send her live because she have work on those days.
well, the other
So,
thing I
yeah.
imagine, like people are going to be like maybe streaming it or videoing, like capturing it somehow. So hopefully, your mom will be able to enjoy the
Yeah.
performance, even though it would be awesome if she could be there in person. But yeah, maybe there's stuff going on. We'll find out. We got to take another break here in a little bit, and we'll see if we can see if there's a stream or a video or if people can catch it, should be here, should come on out to Trenton Central High School and be a part of the whole thing. Montanel, thanks for joining us for a little bit. We're going to have Ruth step in here as we step aside, and we're going to talk about a women's event coming to Trenton Central High School, kind of a mentorship thing going, and we've mentioned kind of those types of experiences for Trenton Central High School students in the past. So looking forward to that. And I think I also want to ask a little bit, I'm coming out of left field with this one, AI and how the mayor's office is thinking about, I don't know, artificial intelligence, how that can help the city of Trenton, and maybe some challenges that potentially that could pose. And I also want to ask Ruth a little bit about what young people are thinking about AI and what that means for their future.
Scary.
We'll be right back here. Trenton Today on WBCB.
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org. Your vehicle is in good hands at Haldeman Collision, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They do it all at Haldeman Collision. Minor dents and dings, bumpers, windshields, major body, and frame damage. Free estimates, 24-hour towing, most insurance accepted, and loaners available. Haldeman Collision works with all makes and models. They'll go out of their way to getting your car back in brand new condition. Haldeman Collision, conveniently located 20 minutes from Langhorne, Princeton, and Ewing on Route 33 in Hamilton Township.
Welcome back to Trenton Central High School. It's Trenton Today on WBCB, made possible by Haldeman Ford and Capital Health. And we are joined by the Community Affairs Citizens Concerns Director from the Mayor's Office, Andrew Bobbitt, and some of the students from Trenton Central High School. We've been talking about Shrek the Musical. And Ruth was telling us before we got started that there's a women's event coming to campus. You said is that tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow.
All right, so what are you guys expecting? And as you get ready to answer that, I know, Mr. Bobbitt, you also talked about recognition from the mayor's office for a group of women. We're here in Women's History Month,
Yes.
and that's probably one of the things that kind of sparked this mentorship event. What's going to be happening, Ruth?
I think that I'm expecting to see like a lot of females that look like me and like other females as well, who's trying to help inspire younger girls to develop like positive skills, help them to gain confidence, and also like inspire them and show them that even they can do things in Trenton here and also like in other places as well.
So on your academic journey, what are you thinking after Trenton Central High School? Are you making those decisions right now? I don't know. We didn't talk. Are you an underclassman? Are you a senior?
I'm a junior, and after Trenton Central High School, after everything here, I plan to do law in Washington, D.C., but I also plan to like do things here as well. Like I'm not just gonna like move and go to like Washington. I'm gonna do things here as well. But of course, college is the way to go. That's where I'm going, and I'm not sure which college to go to yet. I'm still doing research, but I know for a fact that I want to major in law and minor in business, and yeah, that's really it.
Well, hopefully, whatever path you choose, everything works out for you. What about keeping Trentonians here in Trenton? Talking about going and studying law in D.C., but still wanting to be part of this community was what you were talking about. And it sounds like that your journey continues to bring you back to this city and to your roots. But that's important to allow young people opportunities so that they can come back here to Trenton and feel like there's opportunities in the law, in professions, what have you.
Well, the thing about it, just thinking of her, we do have several young ladies of your color, Nakia, white, She's a lawyer for the city of Trenton, but she also worked in great law firms. Mayor Palmer's nephew, Little Palmer, also is a lawyer, and he worked at the city of Trenton. So, like a little internship, we might could be able to do for you. I'll talk to you about it later.
Okay.
But I could have left this city years ago. I had opportunities from several governors that I worked for. Senator Booker. I worked for President Obama. I thought I was going to D.C. with that, but Mayor Palmer went and worked for Hillary, so that messed that up. Anyway, the thing about it, I don't want to leave my city. Plus, I got so many nieces and nephews, and my granddaughter, Amaya Crossland, just graduated from here. She's taking up law classes, and she's over at Maryland Eastern Shore. So I don't want to leave people when I could show them the way, and that's who I am. One thing about I don't like about a lot of people, stop being selfish of what we have learned. Our job when we get older is to teach the next generation, you know, and like it's kind of hard because, you know, everybody Google stuff now instead of listening to the person that went through the experience.
We got to get to our next class here. We got another bell. Well, we're about to wrap up the show, but what do you think about artificial intelligence and how, you know, I don't know what that may mean for your future? Is that something that your peers talk about?
Yeah, we talk about it a lot, and honestly, I feel like it's getting out of hand. Like Google, like it was fine when it was just Google, but now there's all these like Chat GPT stuff going on, and I feel like it's really getting like my generation to like not grow. And also like people, they no longer touch grass. Like nobody know what's going on no more. Everybody's just on like TikTok or Instagram, and it's like it's so many things that's going on in the world. Like, can we talk about the economic state of the world right now? It's a lot going on. Like the United States is like going, like it's like crumbling little by little, and a lot of people don't even know about it because like they're so stuck on AI. People don't read books no more, and it's just like so much stuff that's going on. And AI, I feel like AI isn't really making it good, but I also feel like at the same time it's how you use it. Like, of course, phones and stuff like that, technology has been in the world for like a long time, and like it's gonna be there, it's gonna grow, it's not gonna like go back down. So it's people need calendars, notes to like keep certain stuff, to like in check organization and things like that. So it's not gonna go down. So I feel like it's really how people use it, because in places like China, for example, they're using it well. So like the country is developing, but I feel like people are not using AI for the things that they're supposed to be using it for, and they're also like overusing it. So it's like it's just getting too much now.
It's such a delicate balance because you want to be competitive with these other people that are utilizing AI. As far as a tool, we hear about big data. Are there techies within the mayor's office that are able to break down these types of analytics and maybe utilize some of this stuff in a positive way?
Well, I know, I'm being honest, the mayor one of them. But yeah, we have younger people there that use AI. I don't like to use it because you're not really studying anything. Mm-hmm. And then I could try to write some page or something to someone, and then I said, let me try AI, and I put it in there, and it just said boop, 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 boop. But it wasn't really talking about what I was saying. They put it in certain words that nobody going to understand. That's why I always say about some people in our community, if you don't put certain words in there, they won't understand them. I ain't saying everybody not intelligent, but they want to hear what you think because you thinking like them. But that AI, it's weird, man.
Right.
Yeah, it's like what she's saying. I agree with you 1,000%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's scary.
You lose that personal touch.
Personal. I'm a touchy-feely person. I want to go touch you. I want to see. I ain't about behind that.
Yeah. And also like based on what he said, also like people are also losing like creativity. Like there is so many things that only a human mind can like think of. Is like in AI, it's like it's not gonna really bring that creativity out for real. It's not gonna like actually touch life. It's not gonna do it the way that a human person would do it for like people. So like I feel like people need to start using their brains more instead of just like going on AI for everything.
And I'm gonna say this one more thing. Why you think your electric bills are so high?
Right.
Do you know it's AI?
I've heard.
I thought it
There's
was
data
a joke
centers.
2 years ago. They was like, AI turning the electric bill. It's the problem. AI, corporations and the places they building is sucking people electric bills up. Your electric bill could be $200 a month. Next quarter is $400 or $500.
Well, here at Trenton Central High School, I'm wondering what the the points are where teachers and students sometimes run into issues. Has that been something that kind of hampers the ability to learn or changes how people are learning? Or do the teachers say, "Hey, you can't use ChatGPT," or you?
Thank God I don't teach English, man.
Teachers don't like it at all. Like history, no teachers like it, honestly. Like in English class, if they give you an essay and you're caught using AI on the essay, it's an automatic 0. It's a 0. You're not getting a chance to make that up. It's a 0. In history class, it's the same thing. And
I think those boundary lines and those are important to establish, and probably the teachers are dealing with all new stuff. They never thought when they were at teacher college that they were going to have to. I mean, plagiarism and cheating, but to have it so pervasive, it's so at your fingertips is different.
And the thing about it now, we've been trying to hire people at City of Trenton inspections for the last 10, 12 years. They don't want to go back to school. They want to get that. Everybody's basically like the AI. You can't learn that unless you touch it. You got to be a people person. And then you're making a lot of people lose their jobs. A lot of people are going to lose their job. If you got AI, why do you need a school teacher? You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Think about that. And it's
there's something scary about that, but then I also try to look at the positive, the silver linings, that if we can find a way that as human beings we can all share a little bit more. We don't all have to have a 9-to-5 job like that old paradigm where you got to go to work. If the jobs are getting done by AI or some other type of intelligence, wonderful, but we can't have people hoarding all the wealth and not sharing a little bit more. Some way to distribute those funds so that they everyone can have dignity, a sense of purpose, and maybe not a traditional job in that way that we've always thought of, but maybe we just have to think of a new way.
Let me tell you something. I always say this: when people make movies and you be like, "Oh, this ain't gonna happen," they made the Matrix. Anybody remember the Matrix? Who took over?
We're in the Matrix.
Who took it over? Computers.
That's right.
Will Smith, robots. Remember that movie? Look where we at today. The movies are old. They already was telling the future.
Right.
Mission Impossible, same thing.
Yeah.
You see what the technology. If
So-
the technology's out there, they're making it.
Yeah. It's already there.
Well, it's a new world, and
Scary.
Exciting for these young people. I think still, we talk about how it's going to be different, but that's what people have always been saying, that the future is going to be different, and we're not going to know what it's going to be like. But you guys are going to be out there, and we appreciate the work you do with us to help make the show possible and everything that goes on here in the communications department for Trenton Central High School, and giving us a little bit of time, and feel like the future is in good hands. And thank you also to Andrew Bobbitt for being alongside, riding with us here this morning on Trenton Today. Brianne O'Neill, our video engineer, all the students helping us out, Mr. Caniglio, Mr. Francis, and we will be back next month. We're here on the 4th Thursday of the month talking all things Trenton on WBCB. We'll catch you next time.